Hi, this is Terrance, writer of The Devil's Carnival, and you're watching Click on This.
Hi, this is Mandy Manning. I'm Click on This, and this is Terrance, and he's the mind behind The Devil's Carnival. We're going to ask you some questions. You ready, Terrance?
I think so. Shoot.
All right. The number one question the fans want to know is when can we expect The Devil's Carnival to reach the rest of the world?
Well, The Devil's Carnival, I guess, is sort of a work in progress, as all art is, and I guess all of us are. So we're figuring it out as we go. And this first tour, which is hugely ambitious for a couple of people to put together, 33 cities in 5.5 weeks. So right now I'm just kind of really trying to stay afloat for each next stop.
Right.
But that said, the tour's been going really well. So the answer to your question is, if it continues to go well, we want to continue to take it to new places. We've had a lot of inquiries from the UK, for example. So I know Darren and I would love to go to the UK. And honestly, we want to share it with as many people as possible. So if the fans keep coming out, they keep supporting it, then yeah, we're going to keep going.
I'm wicked excited. It's going to be brilliant.
Pretty freaking excited.
I've been waiting for forever.
How is it working with a similar staple cast on different projects? You have so many of the same actors from Repo in The Devil's Carnival. And yet the characters are so different. Wick is so much different than Shiloh, and Luigi and the Magician are very, very different.
Well, I mean, unless I think you're just boring. You're not going to want to repeat yourself.
Right.
I think that's in any aspect, especially in something artistic. So I was really cognizant of the fact that, one, this stylistically should not be just a second repo, or a watered-down repo,
right,
or a lesser repo. So stylistically, I wanted this to be very different. And, you know, repo is very futuristic, and this is very past. Repo is very sort of sexy couture, and Carnival is much more like trashy vaudeville.
Right.
So yeah, when we brought in some of our Repo alumni as cast members, the same logic kind of applied to them, which was, you know, as much as we love seeing Alexa play Shiloh, this time to do that again would have been just the wrong way to go. So we made her much more adult, I think, is probably the best way to put it. But ultimately, we like working with our friends. So Repo felt like a family when we were making it, and all, or the majority of people involved were still close with it, like on a personal level. So, you know, when you're doing something like this, which is literally punk rock filmmaking, it's all independent, it's all rushed, knowing all the odds are against you, better to work with people that you know are going to deliver. And all the Repo alumni did that in spades.
Is there anyone you're dying to cast in part two?
Yeah, I hesitate to give away too much of that. Part not because I'm all like secretive Hollywood, like we can't spill the beans stupidity, but more just when I say something, I want to be able to deliver on it. I would hate to get people's hopes up about something and then have it not come to fruition. So all I will say is, if you like what we've done thus far, we're going to continue working with cool people. And people like Emily Autumn, for example, I'm just a fan. So we reached out to her because we're fans of her work. So there's other people that are in that mold of actors and musicians that we'll be working with again, and some new ones.
Do you have any plans to release Repo or The Devil's Carnival as a graphic novel? So many people have been blowing me up about this.
Wow. Well, as a visual artist myself, I certainly would love to see it, but I don't want to be the person making it. And it's not laziness, or it's not because I wouldn't find it an exciting, great adventure. But to me, in some ways, with Repo and now The Devil's Carnival, I feel like I've already sort of painted the painting and it's framed, and now it kind of belongs to the fans.
Right.
And so to go, what for me would feel like going backwards, to now do another version of it, I don't know, I kind of feel like I've already done my version. I'd rather see another artist come in and do their version.
But if an artist came to you and said, hey, willing to work with them?
Well, of course, but with Repo it's not up to me. I don't own Repo anymore. With Devil's Carnival, I mean, yeah. You know, I mean, I think right now, I think it might be putting the cart before the horse a little bit, since so many people have yet to see the film. But if it continues to grow, yeah, I mean, I'm getting a lot of inquiries about sheet music and you name it, stage productions, shadow casts. So I think it's all exciting, and I hope they all come together. If only because, as a fanboy myself, I'd love to be like, oh shit, that's Carnival comic.
I was a huge comic book nerd myself. I would love to read it.
Thank you.
What would you say to your fans who are hesitant to see the Devil's Carnival due to a fear of clowns or carnivals?
You know, it's so interesting, and I just wrote a blog kind of about this subject.
Kind of why I included it.
So I was sort of, in doing this, I was sort of happily amazed by two aspects of clowns. One, of course, is people have real fears of clowns.
I'm terrified of clowns, actually.
And I had people coming to me, like, during the film and, like, having to turn away during like, a movie scene. He plays a hobo clown in the film, simply because he has a big red nose on him. I don't get it. I mean, I get that clowns can be scary. A clown with a chainsaw coming through your window or whatever. That's weird.
Like it.
Like it. But at the same time, just the basic, seeing a clown doesn't do that to me, so it's hard to imagine how that distills such a childhood fear in something. The other aspect of that, which I didn't get, and I'm excited about, is I never really thought of clowns as sexy. Even though it seems like I probably should have, considering I wrote the Devil's Carnival, and there's the Woe Maidens, and, you know, there's the Autumn, but it didn't really occur to me. So going out on the road and seeing lots of lovely young ladies wearing their clown colors made me realize, you know, there's something to Harley Quinn and beyond. So if I can continue to inspire young women to get their clown on, it makes me pretty proud.
This is probably the most controversial of my questions, but I'd like to know how you would respond to religious zealots bashing your work because of the subject matter.
Have they been?
My mom's friend is a minister and was very upset with the fact that I was promoting the Devil's Carnival so much, just given the subject matter.
Well, you know, we sort of found out the hard way that even having the word devil in your title makes you untakeable by any mainstream sponsor, and even edgy mainstream sponsors, because corporations don't want to align themselves with something called the devil, because it turns off a large portion of the population, as silly as that sounds. Yet, you know, all these people have a naked man nailed to a fucking piece of wood hanging over their door for their kids to look at. So, I don't know, it's crazy to me. But then I also don't understand how clowns are scary. I don't know, I mean, good. People are upset. I mean, really, I think that the Devil's Carnival is a morality tale. I mean, the people that do wicked things are punished, and in some cases they have a chance at redemption. So I think it's probably more moral tale than a human sacrifice. So yeah, if they're offended, I mean, I'm sorry, but I like eating shit, so I'm gonna keep doing it.
Alright, we'll wrap this up with one final question.
Okay.
What's your favorite song on the soundtrack?
Jeez.
I gotta throw the hard one at the end.
You know, I like them for different reasons. I mean, some of the songs I like in the context of the movie. Some of the songs I like just as a musical exercise. Some of them I like because I think the arrangement is like complicated and something I'm proud of. Oh, I don't know. You know, I automatically I can't say my own songs, so that would just be ostentatious. I don't know. I like all of them. I'd rather have you decide what's your favorite song than me. How about that?
That's difficult for me. Trust me, it's obviously going to be my favorite because Mark Center's voice gives me chills.
Wow.
But if I'm going to work out,